As part of Marwell Zoo's annual stocktake, they make an inventory of every animal in their care, and with several thousand on their books, it's quite a task. I went along to Marwell to find out more. Marwell Wildlife's animal registrar joined Marwell in 1991, and it's the 10th count she's made in her current role. The annual audit of every species in the park is a requirement of having a zoo licence.
We have to be able to provide up-to-date and accurate animal records. So at this time of the year, you'll find that all zoos are doing an animal inventory, and it's the last big count of the year. We have 144 species at the moment, and some of the notable births that we've had this year have been the Amur tiger cubs, of which we had triplets, and we also had Amur leopard cubs, of which we had twins. And we've also had, just recently, a baby pygmy hippo, a male called Norbert. The number of animals that we have in total at the moment is just under 54,000. That obviously does include large groups of animals that we have, like our leaf-cutter ants, of which we've got 50,000, but also some smaller groups of animals as well, including birds and fish. Some of the animals it's very easy to count, as you can imagine, and some it's not quite so easy. And like I say, with the bigger groups, we have to take an educated guess because we couldn't possibly count them all. Lots of our species are part of European breeding programmes, so the information that we gather this time of year we'll then pass on to the stud book holders to help them with their breeding programmes for next year.
What are stud books and why are they needed for zoos?
Yes, stud book holders are individuals that are normally affiliated to zoological collections, and they gather and monitor all the data from individual collections on numbers of animals and the sexes of animals and how they've bred throughout the year, and they will then look to see which of the animals would be better genetically to go on and improve the stud lines for these animals over years to come.
Why is that? To make it a perfect animal, or what would be their purpose for that?
It's a healthy population moving forward.
Some people might find it controversial that animals are kept in confined spaces and things like that.
Well, our animals, as you can see, the park is very big, it's very spacious, it's lots of green open parkland, and they're sort of free to come and go from their inside quarters to their outside quarters at any time that they wish to do so.
Darren has been working at Marwell for 5 years and is doing his dream job as a zookeeper.
We can rotate around on the hoofstock team, so look after various species of the hoofstock, from rhinos to the giraffe and zebras and buffalo.
Currently looking after the giraffes. For one of them, it's a special day.
It's Matilda's birthday today. We also call her Chili to her friends. She was born here, so it's great news for us. She's had 7 calves, all have gone off to different collections. She's not the brightest, so sometimes she takes a bit of encouragement, but she'll do anything for food. She's really gentle, we don't work with her just because she has really big feet, so she could kick us and it would hurt a lot. But yeah, she is very gentle, and she generally does what she's told.
Amazingly, giraffes have some similarities to humans. They have 7 bones in their necks, the same number as us.
Theirs are massive in comparison to us, and believe it or not, they do sit down to sleep. Not many people think they do. But to get a really good night's sleep, they sleep down and sleep. They have a nice big bed for about 2-3 hours.
And back to Tilly. With her being 20, will she be having a party?
She might do later. I've got to do a lot of cleaning first, and hopefully I'll give her a nice little treat later.
The annual Marwell Zoo count record will be published at the end of January. This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.